तो आज हमारे बीच में अनिल शर्मा जी उपस्थित हैं। और वो हमारे को मदद करेंगे कि हमारे अस्पताल में या हमारे घर में लक्ष्मी जी ठहरें, बैठें, विराजमान रहें, जिससे कि हमारी मेहनत जो है वो और रंग दिखाए। आज, ना सिर्फ आज, आने वाले समय पे भी। और ये हमारे लिए बड़ी अच्छी खुशनसीबी है कि हमारे बीच में एक मॉडरेटर है, हमारी बहुत ही सीनियर जीसी मेंबर, डॉक्टर वर्षाली केनिया। शी इज नॉट ओनली डायनामिक, आई लाइक वन थिंग अबाउट हर, शी हैज अ वेरी क्लैरिटी ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन। और जो उनकी थिंकिंग है बहुत ही स्ट्रक्चर्ड है। और शी और एक और बड़ी खासियत है कि शी इज वेरी मच composed in spite of all the pressures. And very good thing about is that she is very familiar about this subject. So with these introductory things, I would like that we should start the sessions, because I'm very much anxious about it, and I want to know. And right from this day, I want to save something more.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Dr. Sanjay.
Yeah.
Dr. Khanna, sir. Yeah, Dr.
Thank.
Anurag, you were
Yeah. Yes.
saying something?
Yes. 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 So thank you very much. On the behalf of ISSP, I welcome all of you on the sides of our honorable president, Khanna sir, to join this very important thing. I will just brief few things regarding what is ISSP and why this initiative was felt necessary. This Indian Society for Study of Pain is proud to be, perhaps most likely, the second biggest association of pain physicians globally, and we must all proud of it. More than with the membership of more than 3,700 practicing pain physicians across the country. So we are the big one. Second thing is that ISSP was formed in 1984. So this is the golden decade Indian Society for Study of Pain is going through. We work for the benefit and help of all kind of chronic pain patients through our MIPSIs. We are ought to become the super specialty branch of anesthesiology. We have already almost have become. So, but we all have gone through the medical field, and we all know about the different treatment protocols, part, skills of medical field only. And in the meantime, most of us, actually, हमारी generation वाले, our generation has actually missed that bus when we used to understand that how to do our own money, because ultimately we live for society, but we have to live for ourselves as well as our family. So while discussing this thing with our honorable president one fine day, 1 month back, we discussed कि यार ये we are not learning the life skills. The problem which was with us 25 years back is still being faced by our young doctors, irrespective of field, specialty they are working in. So then this idea was came about that ISSP is regularly doing a lot of academic activities, hands-on workshops, CMEs, conferences, and everything. But we are not talking about the life skills, which are also very much important. So we thought to start with the less talked about topics. So now we have decided that we will have every month, we will have one speaker from eminence and experience, not only with the theoretical knowledge, but also with a practical knowledge. It has been said that a failed student become a best teacher. So this was the motto when I requested my very dear friend Dr. Anil Sharma, who is the senior consultant in Apollo Hospital, Delhi, of anesthesiology. And we have gone through all the same path. I requested him to share his experience of the financial, uh, our financial, not about the branch financial. वो अलग टॉपिक है, that is different topic. We will do a discussion after that about that as well. But that comes the mainstream topic. So this is less talked about. So thank you, dear Anil, for sparing your time. Then I thought who would be better, as Khanna sir has already said, that Dr. Varshali came there. Always composed, calm, and knowledgeable about what she is doing. So I requested ma'am to help us at the role of moderator. So without taking much of the time, just two line more. Indian Society for Study of Pain. We have made a mantra that we are suffering from chronic pain, visit a pain physician. So this is a request for all the people across globe, across India, because perhaps our people, we pain physicians can help you save from the long-term use of analgesics and major surgeries in many cases. And but the next question comes, where to find a pain physician? Because our branch is still in an evolution. So there is an ISSP initiative. You can read both of the things in my virtual background, whereas ISSP Mantra as well as ISSP initiative of to find your pain physician in your city. So it's very easy. Just visit this website. You will choose the state. You can choose the city where our people are working, and you can get them connected with very easy. So these are my thoughts, and without taking much of time, I request Dr. Varshali Keniya, today's moderator, our national GC member, to kindly introduce the speaker and welcome all and start the webinar. Let's have.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Anurag, and thank you, Dr. Khanna, sir, for that kind introduction and giving me the opportunity to conduct this session. I would like to do one correction that apart from all the adjectives that you added in front of my name, one I would differ that finance and me are not very much into, but I am looking forward definitely to this session. I'll take this opportunity to learn about the finances because I am really like everyone else poor in
You'll
finance.
be fastest
So,
to
as
learn.
an anesthesiologist, we do know how to manage the crisis and critical decisions every now and then. But when it comes to finance, we don't know how to do the CPR, as Dr. Anurag had mentioned in the messages. So today's topic is not just interesting, but it is extremely practical and relevant to all of us, for all the healthcare professionals. Thank the ISSP GC members and the office bearer to take up this topic and initiative. And it's a very different and the need of the hour. So it gives me immense pleasure to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Anil Sharma, who is an accomplished anesthesiologist, and he has developed a keen interest and deep insight into the financial planning and money management for the medical professionals. He brings us a unique perspective because he understands the anesthesia, both worlds, anesthesia, demand of the medical profession, but as well as the importance of financial awareness in the medical field or medical people. So I'm personally also looking forward to learning from him today, and I'm sure this discussion will help many of us to make more informed and confident financial decision. Welcome, Dr. Anil Sharma.
Yeah.
And before we begin, I would just like to engage the audience that how many of you understand the ventilators better than finance? I do so. So yeah, over to you. Let's learn together. Over to you, Dr. Anil Sharma.
Thank you, ma'am. Uh, uh, so I think it's
Yes.
screen sharing is
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me go full screen then. Yeah. Slide. Okay. Yeah. Right. And minimize. So first of all, good evening, everyone, and thanks, Dr. Sanjay, Dr. Varshali, Dr. Anurag, for giving me this opportunity. This topic has become dear to my heart because this is what I missed when I was training as an anesthetist. I don't want my fellow colleagues to miss these basics, and this is to impart a financial empowerment right from the beginning. So this will be a talk on mostly on the financial awareness, like where we stand age-wise in our practice and what to build upon at this point of time, wherever we are, whether we are 20 years old or whether we are 60-year-olds as anesthetist. So this talk, as I said, it is for financial awareness, and nothing discussed here is a recommendation, because all the stocks, mutual funds that we will be discussing here are taken as an example only, because technically only a SEBI registered financial analyst is competent enough to give any sort of financial advice. This is again for financial awareness amongst the anesthetists only. While every effort has been made to update the data and the numbers, but in financial words, the numbers change very fast. So Some of the infographics I have devised using the help of AI, and some have been taken from the websites that I personally follow for my financial awareness. So the credit goes to the original authors, and the genuineness of each and every one is filtered and checked before presenting here. You know, as kids or maybe in internship, we have dreamt of this thing, oh, money rains one day and I become rich. So I wish this is so simple to become rich in life, because the main question in the practice is, where is the money? After all, we are all working for money, because money brings the satisfaction, money brings most of the thing. And the person who says money is not everything has to sit in murk before saying this. So what are the different levels of financial freedom? So first one is clarity, that okay, where I am today and where I need to go. This is the first phase of financial independence or financial freedom. Then comes the self-sufficiency. When we enter the internship, our first salary or first paycheck comes, and we move out of the shadows of mom and dad, those who were covering our expenses before. And next comes the breathing room, when we have enough money that we are not living from paycheck to paycheck. Okay, salary credited, salary we are waiting. Okay, this is the 27th of the month, like it used to happen in the early days of residency. So therein comes the stability, when you don't have any bad debt. And at least, this is very important, mark it please, at least 6 months worth of expenses for emergencies. What else other than COVID? We all, those who have experienced COVID and were working in the private sector, would have seen this and experienced this in the real time firsthand, that how much of financial stability is important and how much it's important to have 6 months of expenses as emergencies. Then comes the next stage, which is a stage of flexibility, where you have ample in the sense 2 years worth of your expenses that you have saved, and you can casually take 6 months or at least a year off from the work. The next stage is of financial independence, where now you are not living off your income, that your invest and your assets are generating income for you. So this is wherein the real financial independence comes. And what is abundant wealth? When you don't know yourself how much wealth you are having. So that these are the 7 stages of financial freedom which we need to know and which we need to attain. So this whole talk will be based on achieving this financial freedom and what are the instruments, pros and cons of each and every instrument. So why, as doctors, we need to be more aware of the financial planning? Because we start earning late, and this reduces the compounding year. I will tell you what is the importance of starting early and how does the compounding matters. The time spent for your investment is much more than the amount of investment that you are doing. And what happens? We might have some education loans, and there must be some training cost also. And the moment we start residency, the moment our income starts, our phone changes from Android to iPhone. So this is called lifestyle inflation. We change from a moderate bicycle maybe to bike in our times. Nowadays it's car. So limited financial education training during our medical MBBS or MD is another factor. And we are very busy. We don't know what exactly is a structured financial planning. And more so for anesthesiologists, because though their role is critical in surgery, but financially they are under recognized, because income is frequently linked to case volume and hospital attachment. Different hospitals have different payment policies, and mostly you run behind the payment schedule for your salary or for the work that you are doing. So the goal is to convert this clinical income into the long-term wealth. As I said, some of us get a case-based payment. Sometimes this income is linked to say 30% of the surgeon salary. So you have limited control over pricing in many setups. And this income varies from month to month. And we are dependent mostly on the hospitals, especially in the private sector. So what we need to know, what is the difference, whether we want to be rich or we want to be wealthy. So let me clarify here. Only a rich person can become wealthy. But what is the difference between being rich and being wealthy? So a rich person is one who is having a high active income. A wealthy person is one who has high assets which are generating income for him. So mostly these rich people, they will be having a lifestyle that is driven on spending. The income depends on working, and they will be spending. They will be like spendthrifts. There will be luxury consumption. They will be moving in swanky cars and going to clubbing and all that. But once the income stops, the work stops, the income also stops. Whereas wealth creation, its income is generated from different investments. You focus on savings and investing, and this passive income continues for your life, giving you a long-term financial freedom. So what are our assets? Assets are like the cash you are having in your lockers or in your home, or certain investments that are generating passive income continuously, like having a real estate rental income, you are having some gold or business ownership. And what are the liabilities? Mostly are the loans, credit card debts, or outstanding bills. So liability cost you money, and assets put money in your pocket. This is the difference. Now coming to our younger generation, the Gen Z. So this is the data that is on the official website. 70% of the iPhones in India are on EMI. 80% of the luxury cars we buy beyond our means. We take luxury international vacations on EMIs. We wear swanky watches. After COVID, Jilo Jara mode, the population has come, and you will be surprised to know that there is 220% surge in EMIs. But we should need to keep our EMIs below 30% of our monthly income. And the credit card defaults has surged by 28%. So we should not be in any sort of debt trap early in our life. What is a debt trap? When you have high interest loans, multiple EMIs, or you are borrowing more than your income. So how to avoid this debt trap? You should budget wisely. You should prioritize which are the high interest debts. Don't take unnecessary loans. Build your emergency fund. And if you have debt by chance, a high debt, then you should consolidate it and pay off the high interest rate debts first. So are all loans bad? No. Then there is home loan, which is good. Car loan, the car depreciates very fast, so it comes in a bad category loan. Education loan is for your skill enhancement. You can go for business loan. Personal loan, until unless it's a gross emergency, you should avoid. Gold loan is okay because it gives quick money, but interest rate is high. Travel loans, credit card loans, and shopping loans, you should avoid taking these loans or avoid EMIs on travel, credit card, and shopping until unless extremely necessary. So avoiding debt trap is the first thing that you need to practice in your financial freedom. How to do this? There are certain formulas. Like the formula for buying a car is 24-10. What is that? Pay 20% as down payment, 4 years tenure of your of your car loan, and EMI should be not more than 10% of your monthly income. Don't buy phones on EMI until and unless absolutely necessary. Create an emergency fund of 369 for a government salaried person, 3 months expenses, for a freelancer 6 months, for those who are having risky jobs, it can be 9 months of expenses as emergency fund. This is a must before starting any investment. So if at all you have to take a personal loan, the rule of 5, 15, 25 is there. Maximum 5 years, maximum 15%, and all loans should be not more than 25% of your monthly income. This rule of 72 is very important. In any asset that you are investing, you divide the 72 by the rate of interest that you are getting or rate of returns that you are getting. You will get the amount of years in which your money will be doubled. So coming to the anesthesiologist, what is the advantage here? In any metro or in any big city, average income of an anesthetist is around 35 to 55 lakh. So we should invest around 30% without fail. So that leaves us with 6 to 8 lakhs annual investment capacity. Why this is important? Because we feel that we are earning good, we are rich. High income is a false safety. It is just like a hospital gown. Only you feel that you are covered. Why? Because though we might have crores of money, but is it really 1 crore worth everything? No, because there is inflation biting into it. And what is happening? The value of this 1 crore in 2075, you won't believe, it will be just 5.42 lakhs. So don't be under false safety of high income, because mounting expenses are there. Like from 2010 to 2050, if the school fees is now 70,000 roughly, it will be 3.5 to 4.5 lakhs. So that will turn your cheers into tears. because your monthly expense, which is 60,000 right now, will be around 4 times in 2050. So we have to account for this inflation. Inflation is like termite. It is silently eating into your reserves. So in what is inflation? Inflation is a sustained increase in the general price level of goods uh, and services or in the economy over a period of time. And this results in a decline in the purchasing power of money. You might have thought about the consumer inflation, but what we forget is medical inflation and education inflation. The fees at the school level and the college level for the kids are increasing 8 to 12% annually. And the same goes for the medical inflation, which in the later years of our life, we might require this mediclaim and all that. And this is increasing at the rate of 12 to 14% in India. So this dream projection, you would have heard, do an SIP of 30,000, returns at 12%. After a duration of 30 years, you accumulate 9 crores. Oh my God, 9 crores. Wow. What an amazing life we will be having. No, but the reality is not this. Wait. So this 9 crore corpus actually means that you have just 10 to 13 years of expenses, not for the lifetime. So suppose you retire at 60 and the average age of like life expectancy in India is around 75 to 80. So that's the gap that the most people ignore. So what expenses which we are having, suppose of 1 lakh per month today, at 5% inflation after 30 years, it will be 4.32 lakhs. And God forbid, if the inflation is around 7%, then it will be 7.61 lakh per month. So your lifestyle is getting expensive very fast. So you have to keep pace with that. So that 9 crore at 7% inflation will shrink to 1.18 CR. Very, very dangerous and very, very eye-opening statistics. So, honey, I shrunk my wealth here. So, how much is enough? What do you feel is enough? So, if we are taking into account inflation at 7%, it should be around 30 times roughly of your annual expenses that you are having today. That should be the corpus that you are aiming at. So, ideally, it should be around 40 times, but even if you accumulate 30 times, then it is good enough. So, but as I told you, your risk needs to be covered before investing. And how do an anesthetist, how does he protect his risk? So go for a comprehensive health insurance. A term life insurance is must. You should have a professional indemnity cover, emergency fund ranging from 6 to 12 lakhs, 12 months of expenses, depending on which stage of life you are in, and a definitive disability and income protection planning. Suppose anything happens to your right hand or your dominant hand today, then all your income will stop. So plan for the risk in your life first before investing. So as I told you, emergency fund is very important. You should have at least 3 to 6 months of monthly income saved. Then go for a good quality health insurance. You should have a 10 to 25 lakh base cover and a top up of around 90 lakh. Day before yesterday, I did the same when I took a top up of around 85 lakhs. You won't believe it comes at just 3,000 to 4,000 rupees annually, right? So go for term insurance, and term insurance is a must. Ideally, it should be around 20 times your annual income. Annual income, this is important. And if you cannot go for that target, at least 10 times your annual income, because it secures your family future in your early days of career, say around 20 to 60 years. This is the term insurance gives you a lot of protection. So as I told you, emergency fund gives you a safe financial safety net. It prevents unforeseen debts. And how to manage it? Keep it accessible. At least 2 lakhs at home, around 2 lakhs in your FD, something in your liquid funds in which you don't dip unnecessarily. And it should, if used, it should be replenished at the earliest. So how do you build it? As I told you, 3 to 6 months for stable jobs. Start small, automate your savings, keep it accessible. 10% cash, 20% FD, 70% liquid mutual funds, because liquid mutual funds can be encashed in T+1 days. That means you order the liquid, you want to withdraw, you put a request today. After 1 day, it will be back in your account. So 70% should be in liquid mutual funds. I will tell you the importance of liquid mutual funds later. So choose your health insurance very carefully. At least the company should be working for around 10 years. It should have a huge network of hospitals on its panel. The claim settlement ratio should be more than 90%. And some of the good companies are HDFC Ergo, Niva Bupa, ICICI Lombard. You can take any from these three companies. So what are the must-have features in health insurance? You don't take anything that sells. Like, don't go for the lowest premium. What should look in for in your healthcare policy is no co-pay, no room rent restriction, no disease sublimit, less pre-existing disease waiting period, pre and post hospitalization benefit, restoration immediately benefit, daycare treatment, and free, at least one free annual health checkup should be there. So term insurance is a very good product, because if you want, don't go for LIC. You should go for term insurance, because this is only life insurance product that you want to cover your life risk. It provides a high financial protection at very affordable premium. And it is important when you are the sole breadwinner and anything happens to you, then it takes care of your family. So what is the importance? You have to protect your family in your early days of your career, because that is when they will suffer the most if anything happens to you. So they continue with monthly expenses without stress. All your EMIs are paid for if you have taken a term insurance. There will be no lifestyle changes, and this premium is low if you take it early in your career. So what it protects, basically any sudden loss of income, family will not face any financial crisis. There will be no dependence on relatives. There will be no stress and fear. So family lives with the dignity. So term insurance is not for you. It is for the people who depend on you. This is very important. So don't feel about LIC. There will be obviously no maturity value. There will be no cashbacks. And this coverage ends when the term expires. So how much term insurance is required and for how much we should take? Ideally, it should be 10 to 20 times your annual income, and go for the dime formula. What is a dime? Dime is factor in any debt, income that is there for you, mortgage or education. So this is dime. When you are calculating your term insurance, keep these factors in mind. So ideally, till you are debt free and your children are financially independent, you should take this term insurance for that. They will try to sell you for 70 years, 80 years. No, dear, it's not required. Maximum up to 65 years. When you are into your active income phase, go for that. Not more than that, because by the time of 65, your family will be well taken care of if you are alive, and your kids will be settled also. So start early to lock in the premium. LIC, though that neighborhood uncle you wanted to oblige, or your father wanted to oblige, sold you an LIC policy. And LIC, trust me, is a scam, because 5,000, this is just a comparison, LIC versus SIP. Don't mix insurance with investment. Don't think of returns in LIC. So LIC is just waste of time, especially these endowment plans which they are selling. A comparative study, you can see that at maturity, what you're getting out of LIC is just 12 lakh. And it is virtually double if you would have done the SIP of the same amount. So you go for term insurance, because LIC, as I told you, LIC is not an investment. If you choose LIC, you get suppose 23 lakhs, and same amount, if you choose an SIP, you're getting around 46 lakhs. So difference is around 23 lakhs. So what you need to do is you go for a term plan and SIP. This is the way a financial planning should be done to cover your insurance and investment. Keep both the things separate. Insurance separate from the investment. Now, this is another thing. This is a scam. ULIPs. So it's a hybrid financial product wherein the dual benefits are offered. So premium paid are divided, and there is a mandatory lock-in period of 5 years. Trust me, it's another big scam, because you lock in for 5 years, you cannot withdraw. And though the maturity proceeds are tax-free, again, there will be so many headings under which your money will be divided that you virtually end up earning just 6 to 7% when you get your money back. So there are high initial charges, and these are subject to market risk. So very important topic, which most of us would have taken, or most of us are into it. or most of us are planning to take is home loan. So when you're planning your home loan, your total monthly EMI should not exceed 30 to 40% of your salary ideally. Maximum you can go up to 40 to 50%. So ideal thing, as I told you, is 30 to 35%. 50% more than that will be risky. So home loan eligibility is as per your salary profile. Add on your wife as co-applicant, and then your loan limit rises. So maximum EMI should be around 30 to 40%, and try to pay off this home loan early. How to do that? So you see, home loan interest is a big trap. Rupees 50 lakh, if you're taking at 8.5, you end up paying 54.14 lakhs, right, after 20 years. But if it is 9.5, you end up paying 61.86 as interest only. So a principal, the home loan taken for 50 lakh, you are repaying around 61 lakh. So how much is the interest cost? This is important. So how to prepay this home loan? So the best home loan payment plan, you should plan in the first 7 years of your home loan repayment. After 10 years or 12 years, only the principal part remains. So if your home loan is beyond 12 years, don't try to prepay. Instead, go in for some investment in mutual funds or something. Don't prepay your home loan after 12 to 14 years of your home loan repayment. So how to plan it? So once you've decided to take a home loan and you want to cover 25 years loan into 10 years, what you can do is pay one extra EMI. Small thing, pay one extra EMI every year, and you won't believe your home loan gets reduced from 25 years to 12 years. You increase your EMI by 8%, it decreases by 11, it decreases to 11 years. And if you combine both the strategies, it just will finish in 9 years. So you have to take small steps. Don't plan big thing. Oh, once I will collect 1.5 lakh, then only I will prepay. No, you can prepay small. One EMI, extra EMI every year takes care of your reduction in home loan prepayment tenure. So as I told you, 24/10 is the rule for car loan. If you cannot manage a 20% down payment, please don't consider buying a new car, consider buying a used car. Why? What is the importance? So if you're buying a used car, as I told you, car is a depreciating commodity. So what will happen? You will save money, and you can save that money and invest into SIPs or mutual fund according to your financial needs. So don't take a brand new car if you cannot afford a 20% down payment just to show off to your neighbors. Stop this culture of show off. You know, car is basically for transporting from point A to point B, and any car will suit that. Now coming to this very important topic, as 52-year-old from the parents' angle, and as for residents and all that, you won't believe how big a financial drain marriage in India is. 9% of the wedding exceed 5 crores. 80% of the weddings that you spend, at least 5 years of your saving goes into that. So 20% of the young Indians are seeking loans for wedding, and this is causing long-term distress in the families. So weddings in India are treated like a family IPOs, where savings are consumed to boost social standing rather than creating assets. Those 500 people in the tent that day, you won't get to see when you are in the financial crisis. So plan your weddings accordingly. If you invite 100 people, if you don't do that much decoration, it's absolutely okay. If those photo shoots don't happen, it's absolutely okay. So plan your marriage accordingly, because if marriage was not enough, you will be surprised to know about the cost of having a baby. I'm not dissuading anyone. This is just an eye opener that you have to plan like that. So in tier 1 cities, a normal C-sec can be around 80 to 2 lakhs, and the first year cost will be around 1 lakh to 4 lakh. So start a baby care fund the day you plan your marriage, and buy health insurance with maternity cover. I think the Star Health Insurance gives that. So once you have planned a baby and the baby has come, cost of raising a child is increasing tremendously. You end up, this is a cost estimate for 0 to 21 years. You end up spending around 15 to 20 lakhs on basic things like food, clothing, and healthcare. Schooling takes another 15 lakhs. College and coaching goes for another 25 lakhs. So solution is to start an SIP at birth for the kid, add PPF or Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana as for the tax-free basic corpus. So aim is should be to have 50 lakhs around when the kid turns 18. So no wonder you are seeing double income, no kid phenomena, or you can see with due respect to all dog moms and dog fathers and all that. So maybe it is because of the population growth is slowing down because of the economics of it rather than the other incentives. So start investing for your kids early. And trust me, that's what I did for my son when he joined college. I started an SIP in his account from my money so that he doesn't mix the early years of compounding and he can take it from there once he starts earning. So whatever small amount you want to save for your kid, you can start an SIP in the kids account. So first of all, before investing, you identify your risk profile. Whether you are a conservative investor, you can take a moderate risk, or you are in early years of your career where you can go for high risk investments for long term growth. So how to go for this? Asset allocation versus age. It's a simple formula, 100 minus your age in years. So if you are young, you go for equity investment or stocks, and 30, suppose you're 30 years age, 100 minus 30 is 70% in equity, 30% in debt. And as your age increases, so you reverse that. So basically, when your age is increasing, you should take lesser risk and you should go for more aggressive investment opportunities in the early years of your career. So as I told you, when you are 20 to 30, you have maximum risk tolerance. So you go for equity. When you are 40 to 50, it should be stable as balanced. And when you are 60 plus, it should be in debt or stability and liquidity funds. So age 22 to 27, you should build the foundation. This is the time when you transition from internship to residency. Term insurance, buy at the earliest, go for a good health insurance, create 3 months emergency fund during these 5 years, and you should have some SIP, even if it is 1,000 rupees. Don't take personal loans in this age group. When you are 22, 28 to 33, it's time to grow. So go for SIP that is 20% of your salary. Step up this by 10% every year. Now you raise this emergency fund from 3 months to 6 months. Go for tax saving schemes, but don't go for this rapid upgradation of lifestyles. So raise your SIP, not just your lifestyle. So the momentum comes when you're now stable between 34 to 40. Portfolio by this time should be around 25 lakh plus. You can add your NPS. You can look for child's education corpus. Review your insurance because now you're in your prime of your life. Don't stop your SIP just because the market is at high. I will elaborate this later. So build wealth early and let momentum do the heavy lifting. Once you are in 40s, you protect your peak. Now your portfolio target around 40 should be around 80 lakhs. You reduce your equity contribution, target your retirement corpus, avoid lifestyle creep like peak temptation, avoid home loans later in your life because you should, if you are planning home loan, it should be in the early part of your life. Now protect your future. So secure the legacy that you have built till 60 years of age, shift to 50% equity, 50% debt, plan your systemic withdrawal plan. Your health insurance should proportionately increase because now you will be needing it more frequently. There are chances. Make a will. This is very important. Anything happens to you in this age, your relatives don't know what to do. So update all nominees. No aggressive moves now. Protect your corpus, protect your peace. So what is this FIRE? You would have heard financial independence, retire early. This is what is the acronym FIRE stands for. So how to achieve this financial independence? You should have enough investments to cover your living expenses. Your daily day-to-day needs should not come from your working. They should now come from your investments. So retire early. How much early? It's up to you. When you build your corpus, focus on value-based life. So how to achieve this? Save aggressively, invest wisely. As I told you, depends on you. FIRE number. If you are debt free, if your kids are settled, then anything around minimum 25 times your annual expenses is good enough. So why you should plan your retirement planning? Start it around 30 years of your age. because you have to protect against rising inflation. You have to manage your healthcare needs. Peace of mind is there, and you have to maintain your financial independence. You don't need to be dependent on your kids for your financial needs later in your life. So how to achieve that? As I told you, first pay off your high debts, build an emergency fund, automate your savings so that you don't forget your dates of SIP, prioritize your health, avoid lifestyle inflation, and keep learning about money. These are certain rules. I will elaborate each one of them. So 50, 30, 20 rules. In your income, 50% should go for needs, that is housing, food, transport, basic utilities, 30% for the wants like entertainment, travel, and 20% saving is a must at any point of your life cycle, debt payments, emergency fund, retirement planning, or any other investment. So the core principles are: start early, diversify your assets, think long term, and you should know what are the risk rewards of each investment, and keep the costs low. Like the mutual fund, the exit ratio, the exit cost should be low. This is a very good example of like what is the difference in starting early. So Rancho started at the age of 25, Farhan at 35, and Raju at 45. Same investment, same annual returns. The investment value at 60 years for Rancho was 3.25 CR and just 25 lakhs for Raju when he started investing late. Because many a times we feel, oh, when we have surplus, we will invest then. No, start from 5,000 a month and you will end up saving big. So why do people wait? And this happens with all. This happened with us also. So general feeling, okay, maybe my next financial year, this time I have to pay taxes. First, I need to pay off my loans. I will invest when I will get a raise. Market is too high. We make all excuses. So all of them cost lakhs. So delays feel safe, but it is expensive in the end. So you will be surprised to know what is the cost of waiting. If you wait for 5 years, say from 30 to 35 years, you end up losing 1.63 CR. Same SIP, same return 5 years late, 1.63 from your corpus is gone. That's the real cost of later. As if this was not enough, you see what happens after 20 years. So 20 years, if you are doing the same, your future corpus would have grown by 50 to 57 CR. And if you are delaying it by 20 years, you're just stuck at 6.19. So the difference is 50.87 CR. So compound interest is rewarded by time, not timing in the market. So what are the investment tools available? What are the advantages, disadvantages? I will elaborate all. So choose your investment option as per your risk profile, right? So what is important here? So stocks, many people will say, okay, go for stocks. So go for stocks if you want to have high risk investment, because each investment method is having its own pros and cons. So then there are bonds which are having low risk profile, then mutual funds which are having medium. The same is for ETF, real estate, commodities, and speculative commodity buying and trading in FNO, very high risk. And crypto, it has turned many multi-baggers into people into multi-baggers. So it's a very high risk reward thing. So study them before investing. Now, sorry, this got stuck. Yeah. So choose your investment option depending on your risk profile. If you have low risk profile, you can go for FDs, bonds, gold. They give middle sort of risk investment, mutual funds, real estates, and stocks. So safe and steady are FD, balanced growth is from mutual funds, and high returns, if you want to get, you should go for stocks. Then the another category is of government safeties, like government securities. And what are that? They are Sukanya Smriti Yojana, NPS, commodity investment in gold, gold ETFs, alternative investment like peer-to-peer, hedge funds, and new investments like digital gold, cryptocurrencies. Also, you have hybrid investments like balanced hybrid funds, ULIPs, and then real estate investment. The newer versions are called REITs. I will be explaining about that. So stocks, in our time, our parents used to say, satta hai bhai, isse dur raho. No, nothing like that. You should know what you are doing. So what are basic stocks? So it involves purchasing company shares or ownership. This gives inflation beating returns. The key benefits are liquidity, dividends, and wealth creation. The profits are taxed. in the first year. If you sell it before first year, then they are taxed as short-term capital gains, or 20%. After first year, they are taxed as long-term capital gains, 12.5%. Over 1 lakh profit, up to 1 lakh profit is exempted from tax. So what are the advantages? High returns, beats inflation, liquidity is there. You can go for dividend generating stocks. Then there is diversification, and you have definitely ownership rights. What are the disadvantages? Market volatility, no guaranteed returns. They are very high risk. Now the market fell because of the Iran war, and you would have seen how people in stock market are cribbing about it. This creates an emotional stress. And one should know about the taxation in Indian equities before investing into that. So intraday trading basically is the same as speculative business and taxed very high. Dividends and derivatives are taxed as per your slab rate. Long terms can be adjusted, any capital loss can be adjusted against long term gain for 8 years. Capital gain is taxed 12.5% after taxation exemption of 1.25 lakh. So we should be aware of the tax liabilities of our investments. Yes, stock market has turned people into millionaires. There are many success stories. 34 times Bajaj Finance share has grown in 10 years. Titan 15 times, Tata Consultancy 6 times, and Reliance 5 times in 10 years. But then there are sad stories like Reliance ADG Group share is zero. Kingfisher gone. Yes Bank has become no bank. Satyam, Om Namah Shivaya. So you should be very clear about the risk reward ratios of equities and invest in them accordingly. But herein comes the power of compounding. You won't believe 1 lakh invested in iShares here in 2005 has turned into 18 CR at present rate in 2025. Apart from giving you a good dividend income of 67 lakhs. So hold on to your shares, hold on to your stocks. If you don't need money, it is for the next generation that you're creating these assets. Then there comes the passive income from the dividend stocks. Some stocks give good dividends, wherein they are ideal for the conservative investors. Like Coal India has been paying an absolute fantastic dividend for the past 10 years, exceeding 200 rupees per share. That is around 6 to 8% annual yield. So some of the good dividend paying companies are Vedanta, IOCL, Hindustan Zinc, and you can go for that. So FNO, if you take the options of investing in futures and options, you don't have any future. That's how even the SEBI advertises that 90% of the people who are investing in FNO, they're losing money. So they are characterized by high leverage, and which can amplify both profits and losses. So there is no shortcut. You should know, you should be thorough with your knowledge of FNO before investing in FNO. So what to do? I want to enter the markets and I'm afraid of that. So for people like us, there are mutual funds. So what is a mutual fund? Mutual fund is a financial vehicle that pulls money.
Sorry, Anil.
Yes.
Sorry, Anil. Dr. Varshali, can you see there is some participant who is saying that slide is not visible. So can anyone say that is it?
It's visible.
Okay.
We can see it.
Visible, yeah.
Great.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So mutual funds, you in. Hello.
Yeah, go on, Dr. Anil. Yeah.
Okay. So mutual funds, they invest in a diversified portfolio, and they are managed by professionals and backed by SEBI regulations in India. So they are very safe source of investment for a person who doesn't have any knowledge of the stock market. So how do they work? So basically, whatever I'm doing my SIP, I'm contributing to a corpus, to a fund manager who invests according to the objective of the funds. The units are allocated to the investors, and units are represented by NAV. What is an NAV? NAV is the net asset value of that unit on a particular day. So returns are generated depending on the performance of the underlying assets. So as I told you, every unit is having a NAV, and that is on the closing of that particular day on which you buy that fund. So diversification is an advantage here because it reduces the risk. It's professionally managed. It's very convenient. You can start from 500 rupees. It's very transparent, and there are variety of investment options available. So you have to choose depending on your goal, how much risk you want to take, and don't focus only on the returns. As the last 3 years, this mutual fund gave me a good return, or it is giving good returns. No, you should go for as per your risk reward ratio or risk appetite. So there are very different mutual fund categories. I will elaborate it all, but the equity funds are high risk funds. Then you can select corporate bonds or hybrid, which are moderate risk. And then there are short-term debt funds, which are low risk. So according to your risk profile, you can consult your financial analyst and he will guide you accordingly. So there are certain terminologies which you should be aware when you are investing. What is an open and closed mutual fund? Open-ended mutual fund, you can buy daily and sell daily. Closed-ended mutual funds, only when they are advertised as NFO or the initial fund offer, then you can invest. So what is direct versus regular? This is very, very important. You should know. So any agent, if you are having in between while buying your mutual fund, it's called regular mutual fund. So any bank employee, any your financial advisor will sell you a regular plan. So what is the problem? This includes his commission, right? And this makes a huge difference when you are withdrawing it. I will tell you. So the NAV is lower. What you get in regular plans in your investment returns are lower, and you should go only for regular plan if you don't have any knowledge of mutual fund. But trust me, you go to YouTube, you can easily know what is the difference between a direct plan and regular plan. So never go for a regular plan, always go for a direct plan. Why? Because see, this is the difference that it makes. So if you are under a regular plan, this commission of 1.29 CR, when you are withdrawing your corpus, it goes to that agent. So never go for a regular plan. Always go for a direct plan and you save 1.29 CR, which do matter at the end of the day. Another type of funds is growth versus IDCW. So what is IDCW? Here you get a dividend sort of payout, like income distribution come capital withdrawal. So the advantage is for those people who are retired and want a monthly income. Otherwise, you go for growth mutual funds because any profit is again flowed back into that, and this maximizes compounding. So these are ideal for long-term wealth creation. So in early years of mutual fund investment, you go for growth mutual funds. So I'm giving you just an example. Whenever you are investing any mutual fund, you should see whether it's a direct one, and you should look for a growth, right? So direct and growth, two words are very important while you are investing or searching for a good mutual fund. So then, as I told you, growth versus dividend. So the key difference is growth focuses on capital compounding, dividend focuses on regular income. So then there are equity mutual funds. If you don't want to invest in equity directly, you can go for equity mutual funds, which will be doing the same for you. Then there are liquid mutual funds where you can just keep your assets. As compared to the FD, these are important because FD, whatever interest is generating, it is being taxed annually. Whereas in liquid mutual funds, your money will be taxed only when you are withdrawing it. So in as compared to FD, you should go for liquid mutual funds. So because they don't carry any penalty for withdrawal after 7-day lock-in period. So depending on your risk appetite, as I told you, there are equity funds, debt funds, and hybrid funds. So you should have a mixture of all. Hybrid funds are safe during 45 to 50 years, debt funds after 60 years, and equity funds before 40 years of your age. So index funds, these are very important. So right now you see, just because the war happened, the index fell from 26,000 to 22,000 nearly. So if you're with an index fund, when the index rises, your funds will also rise. So they might not give a big return, but at least safe 12 to 15% return you will get. So be with the index funds if you don't want to go for direct equity investment. Then there are ETF. What is the advantage of ETF over mutual fund is that the exit ratio is very less. So the cost of funds once you are withdrawing, the commission is very less, and they are directly traded on an exchange on day-to-day basis as shares. So they are like, depending on the sectors to which they are mapped, the Nifty index funds, Nifty Bs, Gold Bs, Bank Bs, etc. You can check on the your Demat account. So here, what is an advantage? This is important. I don't want to invest in Reliance. What happens if something happens to the Ambanis, or if the banking policy changes? So what I do, I buy an ETF. So now my 100 rupees is invested in 50 companies. How difficult it is to buy 50 shares of 50 companies. So what I do, I go for ETF. So one investment goes for instant diversification. That's why ETF is in vogue nowadays. And just imagine, these are the Nifty 50 index companies. I invest 100 in Nifty 50 ETF. It automatically buys me some proportionate shares in each of these 50 companies. So my investment becomes safe because any day only one company can sink, not the whole index. So the types of ETFs are depending on index sectors, and then there are international ETF or there are debt ETFs. So beginners should start early with Nifty 50 ETF if you don't know anything in the stock market. So coming to SIP, mutual fund sahi hai. Yes, mutual fund sahi hai, but kitna sahi hai? Let's check. So you can start from as low as 100 to 500. Don't forget to automate because we forget it in the day-to-day life, and this build wealth through power of compounding. So the goal should be to SIP to SWP. What is SWP? It is systemic withdrawal plan. Once I feel that I have had enough, now I want my mutual funds to give me income. So virtually this serves as a reverse SIP, and the fund house automatically redeem your unit depending on how much you want. For a disciplined withdrawal, 4% of your corpus annually you should withdraw. That will help you to retain your monthly income, as well as your remaining corpus will be under compounding and grows simultaneously. So SIP is for wealth creation, SW is for regular income. So capital gains are seen only on withdrawal of the gains. So this is what is important. And in SIP, capital gains are on the redemption of the full amount. So risk level is like it is market linked. Both of them are market linked because they are ultimately invest in mutual funds. So the goal should be to have a good SIP to convert it into SWP when you need your assets to generate income for you. But there is a 7531 rule of investment. What is that? You should have at least 7 years of patience while investing in mutual funds. Those who are seeing the mutual fund return now, they will feel, oh my God, they're useless. They are giving 3 to 5% returns. Those who invested in COVID times, they will be saying, oh, gaga, yaar, 15 to 25% returns I am getting. So invest in 5 different types of mutual fund. Be prepared for 3 mental things, that is disappointment, irritation, and panic. And try to have 10% step up of your SIP every year. So this is 7531 rule. Now, why it's important, I tell you. If you stay in your mutual fund, you see the most important compounding you will see it happens in the last 7 years. Suppose you're invested for your 20 years. So what happens here? You in the first phase of 0 to 7 years, you invest 8.4 lakhs. The gains are only 8 lakhs. You will feel, oh no, yeah, this is useless. What am I doing here? But you see in the next 7 years, your investment is 16 lakhs. Your gains are 28 lakhs. And real thing comes after the next 7 years. You invest around 25 lakhs and your gains are 1 CR. So stay in your mutual fund. Don't panic. Don't quit your mutual fund. Why? Because this is the data from the Association of Mutual Funds of India. Unfortunately, 12% of investors rarely stay invested beyond 5 years. So there is in where they lose because 65% of the gains are made in the last 5 years of your investment. So stay invested and your corpus will grow. So investment and compounding comes with patience, and patience multiplies it. So be consistent. So what is this step of SIP? Every year your salary will be growing. So accordingly, your SIP should grow. If you step up your SIP by 10%, you end up by earning around 71% of your wealth will be more than what you would have earned in your static SIP. So try to increase your SIP by 5 to 10% because that takes care of the inflation of 6%. So should I invest lump sum or should I invest as SIP? Ideally, it should be a combination of both. When your index falls around 2000 points or 5 to 10%, you can invest your surplus as lump sum into whatever mutual fund SIP is continuing. So don't wait for market falls. Invest lump sum whenever you feel that the market has gone down and it will rebound. So it should be a combination of both. So should you stop your SIP when your markets are down? No. Nifty has seen 15 plus correction in past 20 years. And आदमी हो या निफ्टी सबको ऊपर ही जाना है. So important thing is that 10,000 SIP for 20 years. What you do when your market falls, you do a rupee cost averaging. What is that? Suppose at the peak your NAV was 100 and you invested 10,000, you got 100 units. When the market has fallen, your NAV will become 80. So now in the same 10,000, you will get 125 units. So whatever you are doing, don't stop your SIP, continue or increase it wherever the market falls, because this is the data from the money control website. If you wait for 2 to 5% fall, nothing happens. Finally, the rate of returns is same, whether you are waiting for a 5% fall, whether you are waiting for a 20% fall. So don't wait for falls in the market. Be consistent. Timing, don't try to time the market. Time in the market is important. So buy the dip all the time. Don't wait for it. And you should know like what amount of SIP and what is your corpus goal. So if your corpus goal is 10.58 CR, you should invest 30,000 as monthly SIP. This is for 30 years at 12%. If your goal is around 25 lakhs, 25 CR, you should invest around 75,000 per month. So first you see your, all these things are available on website. You just search it, but you should be aware what is my goal and what is the SIP required at my age to reach that. So as I told you, you are stepping up SIP. So if you step up your SIP, you end up investing around 50,000 by the time your investment is 25 years, and you end up gaining around 2.07 crores by just stepping up your SIPs. So LIC versus SIP, no brainer. Go for SIP always. SIP with SWP, as I told you, convert your SIP to SWP and withdraw 4% from that, and you still end up with, even after withdrawing 6 CR, you end up with a corpus value around 2.48 CR. So by the time it's time to bid a goodbye to this world, your next generation starts having a compounding wealth of 2.48 CR from your account. So SIP versus FD, again, as I told you, FD is a drain, negative. But should we stop an FD? No. We should have at least 3 to 6 months of saving in FD. If you are following the news, you would have seen Tamil Nadu CM, when he declared his assets, he is having 100 CR as FD. So do you think he's a fool? He will be having the best financial advisors in the world to assist him. So FD is still considered safe, where your money is safe. If you have surplus, just don't go for return on investment, go for safety of investment also. So FD is very much in vogue in the present market, but you have to compartmentalize your investments. So as I told you, if you FD gives you virtually negative return because of inflation, so what is the alternative? For the same safety, you can go for arbitrage fund or balance advantage funds, which after your taxation will still yield 6.56%, and that too, when you are withdrawing them, that's the time only when they will be taxed, not annually as FD. So as I told you, there is a negative return after adjusting for inflation in FD. So accordingly, you decide how much amount you want to keep. Keep your amount in arbitrage fund or liquid funds. So the taxation, as I told you, if you are keeping in arbitrage fund, your net post taxation, you will hardly have to pay 1.25 lakh exemption. You will have to pay 3,000 to 5,000 as tax in arbitrage fund. So go for arbitrage funds over FD on any given day. So what is PPF? PPF, everybody must be having. They are backed by government. They are having exempt status. What is EEE tax status? So investment, accumulation, and withdrawal, they are exempted. So that's why it's called EEE. And as latest as March 2026, they have kept the ROI as 7.1% per annum. So what are the advantages? Entirely tax-free. The final corpus is 100% exempt. Guaranteed safety of the government. Compounding effect is there. You can take loans against that, and you can withdraw it partially also. What are the disadvantages? There is a lock-in period. There is an investment cap. There is no joint account holders, and fixed cap on the benefits is there in the old tax regime. So PPF versus ELSS. ELSS is good. You can start from 500 per month. The rate of return is good, 12 to 14%. And there is a lock-in period of 3 years as compared to 15 years in PPF. but it is subject to market risk. This is a very good plan introduced by government, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. If you are having a girl child, you can go for this investment. Only one account per child is allowed, maximum 1.5 lakh per year. And this is also a triple E scheme where everything is exempted. So if you are doing a maximum investment of 1.5 lakh per year, you end up having 70 lakhs by the time you are eligible to withdraw this amount. So triple E benefits are there, sovereign guarantee, partial withdrawal is there, and transferability across India is there in the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Then another good instrument is NPS. It comprises two things. Tier 1 is a mandatory retirement focused account, and Tier 2 is a voluntary flexible savings account. So it was modified in 2025, and this increased the liquidity and flexibility. So Tier 1 is primary for building retirement corpus. There are significant tax benefits. They are tax free also, and employer contribution of 14% are tax exempt. NPS 2 is flexible investment vehicle, high liquidity, low cost, and the only disadvantage is there are no tax benefits. Then there are national saving certificates, which our parents used to have. Senior citizen saving schemes, they are definitive government backed, low risk schemes for senior citizens. This is a new thing that has come up. So between the portfolio management and mutual funds, there was nothing. So the government came up with a specialized investment fund. This has come for past 1.5 to 2 years, wherein 10 lakh minimum investment is there. What is the difference between mutual fund and this is that mutual funds cannot invest in a shorting market. Like when the market is falling, they are helpless. They cannot go against the market. So in this, the government has given them a provision of at least 25% unhedged short cap. So now even when the market is falling, they will be making money. So you can ask for SIF from your financial analyst and they will guide you accordingly. But we should be aware of this. So what is the difference between SIF, PMS and alternate investment fund? So SIF, it's for 10 lakhs minimum. PMS portfolio management is around 50 lakhs and alternate investment funds are minimum 1 crore corpus only you can invest. So different, all these things have different taxation and different regimes. If you want to have the same benefits with a low capital, go for the SIF. Very important thing, our parents and all that, ek makan to hona chahiye, one flat you should have as a rental thing. But is it reality? No. The real rental returns, you won't believe, are around 2.7% only. So what is the better for the long-term growth? For the better long-term growth, there is a new instrument called REITs. So what is REIT? REIT is basically the mutual funds of the real estate. So this is like a real estate investment trust. This is a company that owns and operates all the buildings, malls, apartments. This is pools money from the capital of investors and it allows individuals to earn dividends from real estate. This is without buying your property directly. So how does it function? All the profits, the government has mandated them to share 90% of the profit back with the investors. So it's SEBI regulated, it's very safe, no headache of tenants, no maintenance charges, nothing. So study about rights and go for it as an investment option instead of buying property in any big city. So because the problem is when you want to sell off your property, you cannot sell 10 lakhs of your property. You have to sell entirely. And whenever you go to sell the property, the market is down as per the your agent. So go for rights. You can trade it as in shares on the daily basis, and immediately the liquidity is so much that your money is back in your account the very next day. So go and study about the rights after this talk. Gold, yes, one should have gold. And why this is important? Because it's an inflation hedge. It gives a good diversification. It protects you in crisis. And obviously in India, it has a good cultural value. You see the gold prices now are around 165 as of today. So how to invest in gold? Physical gold, you can invest, gold ETFs or sovereign gold bonds. So physical gold has some drawbacks like storage and purity concerns. Gold ETF, you have to give small annual fees. Sovereign gold bonds, oh, they are just champion. I will show you the investment benefits of SGB. What is the problem with having a physical gold as ornaments? The moment you buy some ornaments, 3% goes as GST, 10 to 15% as making charges. You have to give locker storage fees. So what is the alternate? You can go for gold ETF or multi-asset funds which invest in golds. So what is the advantage of digital gold versus gold ETF? Digital gold is a scheme started by many jewelers now, wherein you can slowly have an EMI sort of saving, and when you require, you can redeem it with physical gold. Gold ETFs have typical 99.5% purity gold, against which you can invest in gold ETF, and they are regulated by SEBI, and they are you can trade on a daily basis. So SGB, as I told you, it gives 2.5% annual interest. It is 100% tax-free, and you won't believe it has given 205% returns on premature redemption date, and it has turned your 1 lakh investment into 3.05 lakh. But we Indians are very fond of keeping gold at home. So what is the safe limit? What is the safe limit means? If you have this much gold, even if your income tax rate is there, you can safely claim without showing any bill or any proof of how you bought it. So married women can they can keep 500 grams of gold, unmarried women 250 grams, a male member can keep 100 grams of gold. So as I told you, total 950 grams of gold you can keep, but they should not be in the form of biscuits. They should be in the form of ornaments or jewelry, right? So more than that, you have to show the receipts. So this is a legally safe limit to which you can keep gold in your house. This is the very latest thing that has come. As latest as 2nd May this year, government has launched electronic gold receipts, because there was a gap between digital gold and physical gold. So now what is happening is that you can buy these electronic gold receipts on the net from your demat account, and you can redeem it against by physical gold. So anytime you feel that the gold rate is falling in the market, you can buy more of this EGR, and when you go to redeem it, you will get physical gold against that. It's backed by SEBI, backed by government. Read more about it. It is launched in this May only. So cryptocurrency trading, very high risk, very rewarding to few who know it. This has turned many people multi-baggers overnight. You just lose money and nobody knows. There is high taxation. You don't know where it is coming. Though government is trying to contemplate making laws about cryptocurrency trading in India, but still a gray area. So as I told you, extreme price volatility, even when you are sleeping, it can change. It presents a significant risk of total capital loss. So be aware of your tax regime. Mostly, many of us will be falling in new tax regime where tax saving avenues are very less. So some standard deduction is still open. Home loan is interest is still free. Retirement benefits are again exempted even in the new regime. So use this 1 lakh tax free window. If you have shares worth 5 lakh and today they are worth 6 lakh, you book this profit of 1 lakh, the taxation is zero. So this automatically resets after every 31st March. So take advantage of that. You should be aware that there are certain tax-free income in India like agriculture income, PPF, maturity, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, LIC, scholarship, gratuity, saving interest, and NPS. So apart from that, what else you can do? As a doctor, you can go for any diagnostic center partnership along with any financier. You can go for a telemedicine platform. You can go for medical equipment distributorship, or even some small healthcare training institutes. You can train OT technician, nurses, and you can go for some franchisee opportunities. I know doctors who are running, you won't believe, baristas. You take chayos. You can take any franchisee, Haldiram. Some have solar installations for hospitals and earning money for that. And I know people in Gurgaon, and they're doctors who have opened PG accommodation as co-living spaces and earning good rents. So passive business streams should be there. You can go for online medical education, medical content creation, or healthcare consulting. You can also go for angel investor path, though the medical tech up startups are less, but success rate is around 1 to 2 out of 10, and return potential is huge. So peer-to-peer lending platforms are also there. If you have surplus money, you can go to your CA. He will guide you how to spend on these lending platforms, but they are highly risky. Now, this is very important data. You won't be you will be really surprised. You can buy, if you have surplus wealth, you can go for Indian art, paintings, luxury watches, or classic cars. And why, you will be surprised, How will this 1 crore Rolex help? In 2018, this Rolex was 20 lakhs. In 2025, its value is 1.2 CR. So 6x growth in just 7 years, just by holding. Why? Because they are very prized possession, and the collector's value, collectible value is very high. So, but financial literacy is a must before attempting any financial investment. Spend some time. If you have learned your medicine or your anesthesia by giving some fees, you can join some of the courses which even doctors are running. So have some financial literacy before going in for major investments. That is a must. Read some good books which will take care of your investment psychology. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you can start with, and then grow with that. So common investment mistakes to avoid is: don't chase your past returns, don't over diversify, don't try to time the market, never neglect your insurance, and have a prudent tax planning. While doing all this, making corpus, don't become a corpse, right? So have a work-life balance, family, career, health, money, vacation, everything should be balanced. While a goal is to earn money, the goal is to lead a normal, happy life also using that money. So self-care costs nothing. Go have a good sleep, walk daily, do some mindful exercises, take your breaks, stop the excuses, and take care of yourself. Don't chase your SIP. Always take a sip of life, because your death will come on an ordinary day in the middle of the unfinished plans, and the world will continue without you. So live a little while trying to make a living. Live life king size, take care of your health, spend 5% of your monthly income on yourself guilt free, be it a hobby, whatever you do. Always dress well, because this is where in first 3 minutes you enter a room, your impression is made before even you speak. Self care is the best care. Start today, don't wait, because waiting feels safe, but action is what creates freedom. The best time was yesterday, the second best time is today. We always make excuses: not enough money, we'll start someday. It is not SOME someday, it is SUM someday, that your investment compounds and multiplies. So there is a saying: your the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now. So start your investment journey, because the money says, if you save me today, I save you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anil, for that wonderful, comprehensive, and very informative session, I would say. And I know this in 1 hour, it's very less time to understand and just absorb all this. And as you mentioned, it's high time that we should invest our few of our hours into the wealth management. And maybe on daily basis, or maybe once in a weekly, we should work on this so as to have a uh, what do you say financially free life in our retirement days. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
So a few questions are there in the chat box. I'll read
Yeah.
one after the other.
Yeah.
So one question, Sunil Gupta, Mr. Sunil Gupta is asking, what is the formula of calculation for retirement corpus?
Yeah, as I told you,
Uh,
depends.
yeah, I would request you to stop sharing.
Oh, I think I've done just a minute. Okay. Stop share. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so what is the formula for
the
calculation of retirement
ideally
corpus?
it should be around 40 times your expenses, annual expenses. But in a very recent webinar that I was attending, they said in India, if you want to live a good life, live a good life in the sense that if your expenditure is around 2 lakh per month, you need around 11 to 16 CR of corpus. If you're living in a metro and you don't have any expenses and all that, given that you want to retire at 60 and your life, you have another 25 years to live. So depending on that, minimum 25x, maximum 40x of your annual expenses.
Yes. And Dr. Surya Teja, he wants to know plans for investment for a person having a newborn female child.
So Sukanya Samriddhi is the best because it's the tax-free. Take advantage of that.
Yes.
Along with that, you can start a small SIP. You can start even from 3,000, 5,000, whatever is your income permits, exclusively in one particular mutual fund and leave it for that. Like for my own daughter, I know that this Motilal Oswal mid cap is exclusively for my daughter. So that does it all. So slowly it will start growing. So you can start from that. Even a small amount, say 2,000, 1,000, 3,000, and by the time she turns 18, you will have a significant corpus to take care of her education and other needs.
Right, right. Yeah, Dr. Debjyoti just wanted one correction that tax-free long-term capital gains, that is LTCG, benefit up to 1.25 and not 1. That's what he
Yeah, the
wanted to
benefit
correct.
of maybe maybe it
Yeah.
was a typo. 1.25 lakhs. It's the
Yes.
LTCG. Yeah.
Yeah, the next question is from Dr. Piali, that how to switch to SWP, systemic withdrawal plan,
Yeah. So
and
if
when
you're
to switch.
Yeah, so if you are doing an SIP, you will see when you go on the app, whatever you are following, you will that will be having an option switch to SWP. And when to switch is like when you feel that your active income is over or you want to retire. Ideally, you should go for 4% of your corpus that you are having annually. So if you are having 1 CR, you go for 4%. So that turns around 4 lakhs. Just an example I'm giving, 4 lakhs annually. And that is how you do it. So you can, that option is there in your app. You can switch your SIP to SWP on any given day when you want to withdraw your funds.
Right, sir. And Dr. Avnish wants to know how to get PMS
Yeah.
and any good recommendation
Uh,
for
so
PMS.
yeah, like Angel is having one, then many financial advisors will give you PMS. So they promise you good returns, around 25 to 50%. I know of people who are getting good returns, and even the minimum corpus required is 50 lakhs in PMS. And since they will be doing it for you, then this PMS is taxable as your tax slab. So that is one issue with the PMS, but the returns are quite good in the safe hands. But again, subject to market risk. Angel investing is one, and many broking houses are having that. You can consult your financial advisors, and they will do it for you. Even Axis Bank is having, ICICI is having. So you can go for the reputed ones because there your money will be more safe and more regulated.
Yeah, right, sir. And Dr. Preet Narula wants to just mention that to buy gold ETF now is a better idea because even the government has advised and not to buy gold, go for gold ETF.
So you go for EGR if you want to redeem it against physical gold. In gold ETF, you cannot redeem it against physical gold. Then you will get the money and that will be taxable. So in the EGR, that is what I described. This is started on 2nd May only, this month only by the government. So electronic gold receipt, you can redeem it against physical gold. ETF, every time you buy gold, everybody will advise just wait, thoda sa fall aa jayega. But this fall has not come from 70,000. Now it is 1,56,000. So any day you buy gold as compared to silver, silver has a history of big falls. It's really surprising that because of the battery or EV issues that the silvers and the copper has risen. But gold has been a traditionally safe investment. Even if it falls, it will go back again, which is not the same case with silver. So you can go for gold ETF any day if you don't want a physical delivery. If you want a physical delivery of the gold against your investment, then go for EGR.
Yeah, and one of our young physician wants to ask that how to move forward for someone who is a fresher.
So
I mean, just passed out
be
or not
yeah,
2 years.
exactly.
Yeah.
Be clear in your goals. Don't have early debts. If you want to have a debt, you go for a home loan accordingly. Start investing 20% of your salary in your SIPs and rotate it. I mean to say, like again, I will take example of my son who is 21 or 22. I have opened a demat account. I have just given him 70,000 rupees so that he gets to know what it takes in the market. I have told him what is an FD, what is an RD, how to start an SIP, what is an SWP. So he knows all the investment options available. So you can start small, but if you start early, you will end up big. That I can promise you.
Yeah, Dr. Anshu is asking, can we still apply SGB? So I think it has stopped, no?
It has stopped. Yeah, it has stopped, and the government is actually under tremendous financial burden once they come for redemption, because the gold prices has like multiplied beyond the expectations of the government that they have planned. For that matter, they have stopped it completely. So you can buy from
Yeah,
the secondary market, but now there is a taxation issue after buying from the secondary market, and that same exemption will not be passed on.
yeah. And Dr. Avnish wants to know whatever the SGBs that he has, should he keep it till maturity or redeem it?
Ideally, they say that it should be kept till maturity because gold will increase only. Whatever said and done, because the government is capping the gold imports and all that, I think the value will increase. But if you want to reinvest it in something else, then only you, I mean to say, redeem it. Otherwise, there's no need.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's all in the chat box. And we can open up the discussion to the delegates if they want to ask any questions directly to Dr. Anil. They can go ahead. Right, sir? Right, Dr. Anura?
Yeah, that is right. Yes. You are the moderator. I am just increasing
I
my
have,
own
Dr.
understanding.
Anil, I
Yes,
have
sir.
a few questions for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about global investing?
Yeah, yes, sir. So there are like Hang Seng, and there are Nasdaq funds ETF is also there, and mutual funds are there which are doing very good. My friends are there who have invested in that. So yes, you can go for that, sir. But better go with
Just for
the
the
established mutual funds.
just for the information is that you can do global investing through safe vested platform as well as Ind Money.
Yes, sir.
These are the two safe Indian platforms through which you can do investment, and they are good. And rather than FD, but there is one more thing which has come up in Indian circuit, that is Wind Wealth.
Yeah,
That is giving an interest of round about 11% per annum, better than the FD and
uh,
quite safe. They themselves invest 2% in whatever the bonds or they suggest. Their investment is 2% and it is pretty safe.
say
Then one more thing which I would like to highlight is that don't you think that these days mutual funds are also performing not well as they were performing previously?
I explained that in detail. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, sir. It's just like planting a mango tree. If it has to give fruit after 5 years, it will give after 5 years only. So you have to water it till then. So don't let the plant die just because it's not giving you mangoes. So it will give you mangoes, but it will take time.
No, because there are some mutual funds like Quants and which were performing so well initially, Flexi.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Their performance is very bad. To be very honest, sometimes you feel that if you have some little knowledge of stocks, you perform better than the mutual funds, even though they have so many people to back the investments,
Yeah, yes, sir.
which I have
That is
seen in my
that is a risk reward ratio, sir. That one has to take a call on that, sir.
regarding gold, I would like to say is that one should buy gold for every occasion in their family,
Right.
for birthdays or for
Yes,
anniversaries
sir.
or for any success of their children.
Yes, sir.
And at the end of the day, it amounts to a very big sum. And the other
Absolutely, sir.
thing is, you should always be on the lookout for ETF gold. Whenever it is in the red, you buy it on that day.
Right, sir.
Then one more thing is that I would like to stress upon is that regarding stocks is uh, sometimes stocks which make a loss is also very important. Like on 31st, suppose if you have a profit of 5 lakhs
Yes,
in
sir.
stock
Yes, sir.
and you sell the stocks which are on loss, so your capital gain is omitted.
Omitted.
You don't have to pay any capital gain, and
Yes.
straightforward whatever you have earned in your stocks is your profit.
Yes, sir. So you
So
can
that
rebalance your portfolio accordingly.
so that part is also there, and so these are the things which I wanted to emphasize. Yeah, one more thing is regarding your saying regarding property investment in property. Buying a commercial property is more beneficial in the long run, and especially if you can do business from that property,
Yes, sir.
it is better.
Yes, sir.
And it compounds much more than the stocks or mutual funds or anything else. This is just a personal
Yes, sir.
experience. So I just wanted to know from you.
So, sir, in Delhi NCR, what I have seen is that many of my friends who invested in malls and all that, it's
Yeah,
just like
you
one cafe
mentioned
versus
REITs. Yeah, REITs as
another
well.
cafe. So what is happening is that one new mall opens, the other just shut down. So
Yeah,
you have to have it in those housing societies shops, nearby markets, small shops like 12 by
yeah,
10, 10 by
yeah.
15, which is easily like can be put for rented use, or you can use as a doctor yourself if you want to establish your clinic. Those
Mhm.
are giving better returns as compared to big shops in the malls and all that. Most of them are without rents nowadays. So it is a big loss, sir.
Yeah.
Someone suggested Airbnb also.
Yeah, ma'am. So that's
How
what
Yeah,
these
to
are
that's
the
nice.
invest?
That's nice. That's
alternate
nice.
sources of income,
That's
and
nice.
people are doing it. As I told you, like you won't believe. I know people who have just share in tea shops. So this guy in Gujarat is having tea shops in his cities where he has just fixed income. Like the arrangement is 10,000 per month from the shop has to come to him, and he is running four such tea shops in collaboration with people from his village. So it is 40,000. So you have to be enterprising, madam. At the end of the
Yes.
thing, where is the money? Where is the money? When the money works for you, that is the financial safety which we want.
One more
Yes, true.
mantra I can share with everyone is that rather than saving money, most important is having a good health. That is very important.
Absolutely, sir.
And
Absolutely.
rather than increasing your earning, you should spend some time with your children so that you don't have to pay their uh, extra fees for their education. I mean to say, we spend some crores of rupees for their education. So if you spend some time with your children, build their education, their mindset, so probably you won't need some extra money to get your child admitted in the colleges. So that is also a saving.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
So health is wealth. So invest some part or some time in health also.
Right.
Yeah.
Very much important.
So
So,
I think it was a very nice session. We learned
Thank
so
you, sir.
many from Dr. Sharma. And would you like to say something? I think
No,
tomorrow when you will come and join the ISSP session, you'll be a rich man now.
no, sir. To be very honest, like I know Anurag, and this is like भाई ने बोला है तो करना है something like that. So he said, you have to do it. I said, yes, तूने बोला है तो करना है. So, and I am happy that I could impart that thing to many of us, because at any point of time in our career, we do require like how to manage our money. So that was the whole gist of it. Whether you are 20-year-old or 60-year-old, I shaped it like that. There is something for everyone to take home today.
Yes.
Yeah,
One
one
last
more.
thing that I would like to inquire is that you mentioned few of the books. So do you recommend any of the YouTubes or anything on social media or anything to follow or
Ma'am,
any
there
such
is so
courses?
many SEBI. There are
Yeah,
many.
if you can mention in the chat box so the
Yeah. There
uh,
are many on the SEBI registered financial analysts, even on Instagram and all that. You start following them, na, you will get a fair idea of like where you stand, what mistakes you did, and how to correct even now. You can just do a query and all that, and
mm-hmm.
they reply good. Prashant Pachore
There
sir
are
is
so
doing.
many and you get confused.
No, there are
I
many
mean,
doctors running those shows. I think so that will be beneficial. Dr. Prashant Pachore, if I can just name off the hand, he is doing a good course on equities and management. So you can join that,
mhm.
and Pachore.com, I think. Dr. Prashant Gajjar,
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr. Prashant Pachore, yeah, he
Yeah,
does it, yeah. And Dr. Avnish mentioned finances with Sharan and Shashank Udupa.
yeah. So you start going, and they will be starting sending you links. So see, ma'am, if we can do anesthesia and practice anesthesia, we can do anything in this. My funda is very
Absolutely.
clear. So you just have to give time. You study. That's how I did it in 3 years. Now what I am here. So I'm being invited by big stock platforms and all that to tell them how to manage the like financial chart reading and technicals. How I learned was after having loss, I had good losses. I want to share that because everyone shares the success stories. Because of my lack of awareness, I lost around 10 to 15 lakhs in stock market. That is when I thought that if it is because of someone else, why can't I build this knowledge myself? So that is when the reality strikes. So an anesthetist is capable of doing everything. So it is your losses in the market that make you wise. So be wise yourself, spend some money on learning. Definitely, that is how it is done. And then being an anesthetist, you can manage your finances very nicely.
But Dr. Sharma, I think the best education is after the loss only.
Agree, sir. I told you very honestly,
Best
best thing
education.
is,
No book is
yeah,
required. The
yeah,
best education is after having a loss.
yeah. Be
There
honest,
is
stand in front of the mirror.
absolute clarity in your mind then.
Absolute clarity in the mind, the do's and don'ts, and you become
Yes.
wiser by your losses, not
Yes.
by
Not
courses
by
or
the
teaching.
books, I would say.
Not by the book, sir. Yeah,
I've read so many books, but the losses taught me better than the books.
yeah, sir, I will admit that, and that's why I openly said these are the losses which prompted me. So what I will do on every weekend, I will have some YouTube video with pen and paper, and my son will be laughing at me. He said, "What you are doing?" I said, "No, I'm building myself." So there is no age limit for that. You can start today, and you can build yourself financially.
But at the end, you should be able to sleep well in the night. I like that
Yeah,
idea.
yeah,
That
yes,
was the best part.
yes, sir,
You do
definitely.
whatever you want to do, but you should be able to sleep well.
Sir, 5% guilt free on your hobby. Whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
whatever you don't have to explain it to anyone. You have earned that income hard, so spend on yourself also, sir.
One last thing, would you be okay if any of our delegates wants to connect to you and have some advice or
Uh,
uh,
yeah,
some
whatever I
word,
learned,
word to word chat?
I will be more than happy to share because that's the whole goal of the things is that is for financial awareness. Whatever I can do for any member, please feel free to connect. Whenever I am free, I will respond and definitely solve those queries. No issues with me.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
So,
Thank you.
shall I share your number on
Yeah, please,
the
madam.
chat?
You can, madam. Yeah, no
Sure.
problem. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, thank you, first of all, our speaker who has taken out his time for this wonderful chat, discussion, and amazing discussion. Thank you all the participants, especially who have joined from the various part of country, and some I can see are from the abroad countries as well, friend countries. And thank you, Dr. Varshali Kenya, for moderating this so wonderfully and keeping it so engaged. And I can see that our Honorable President-elect Sir is also here, Professor Naveen Malhotra. And Dr. Devjyoti was also there. I don't know whether he's here, Vice President. Yeah, Dr. Devjyoti. So first, I would like to request our Vice President, Dr. Devjyoti Datta, to say a few words about this new initiative of ISSP headquarters to have the webinars on the less talked about topics, slightly away from the mainstream scientific discussions we are used to have. Dr. Devjyoti, to you. And before that, I also welcome Dr. Nankar sir, who is the very senior pain physician from Nagpur, and also the recipient for his remarkable and great services towards the cause of pain medicine and society. Just this year, during ISSP Con Hyderabad, as a lifetime achievement award. So, sir, welcome, sir, to this webinar. You are here. This is a great blessing. So, I request Dr. Devjyoti Datta to speak a few words, please.
So, it is a very important topic, especially for those who are actually starting their career, because the initial investment that is very, very important because that actually does the compounding. But even then, whenever you can, you should enjoy life. That is the most important thing. I also feel we should not be too much into it, but we should be sufficiently aware to make ourselves safe for the aging life. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So now I request our President-elect, sir, Professor Naveen Malhotra. He needs no introduction.
Good
He is
evening, sir.
President-elect
Naveen,
of
sir. Good evening.
Indian Society for the Study of Pain. He is currently the president of, I believe, world's biggest association of anesthesiologists, Indian Society for Anesthesiology, which is our parent mother branch. Sir has also been able to bring the long drawn dream of all anesthesiologists to have a WFSA conference in India, which is going to happen in 2030 at Bangalore, I think.
Mumbai.
Right, Mumbai, sorry, Mumbai. So I request Professor Malhotra sir to say a few words about this initiative of ISSP headquarters, also the mantra of ISSP and initiative, and this new beginning.
Thank you, Dr. Anurag, and heartiest congratulations for planning this thing. Heartiest congratulations to Dr. Khanna and Dr. Anurag. And the opening batsman was simply superb. गेंद बाउंड्री लाइन से बाहर क्या स्टेडियम से बाहर जा चुकी है, अभी उसको ढूंढ के लाना पड़ेगा. And you have rightly said about, I always say this is having a second source of legal income. In addition to your clinical practice, if you invest wisely, you are having a second source of legal income wherever you invest, but whatever your forte is. But you have touched so many things and so many schemes. Yes, I am a very fond investor of PPF. I am a very fond investor of SIPs in mutual fund, and simply forget them.
Exactly, sir.
भूल जाओ उसको, डाल के भूल जाओ.
Especially, sir. Right, sir.
वो जैसे पापा कहते थे दादा खरीदो पोता बरसे वाली बात है. तो आप जवानी में इन्वेस्ट करो और बुढ़ापे में उसको उसके फ्रूट्स लीजिए. एफडी का जमाना चला गया है. वैसे हमारे पेरेंट्स के टाइम पे 18% रिटर्न था.
Yes, sir.
सारी वेल्थ ही उन्होंने एफडी में बनाई थी. प्योर वाइट मनी विच यू कैन विड्रॉ एट एनी टाइम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. एंड बट नाउ ही इज वेरी राइटली सेड 6 month of your income should be in FD at least, so that you can readily withdraw that cash. What I was taught when I was young, save 50% at least, and spend 10% on your education. At least 10% of your monthly income should be spent on academic initiatives. सर ने आज 5% और डाल दिया है कि भी on your hobbies. Also, मेरी मम्मी ने मुझे पहले सैलरी में कहा था कि 50% सेव करना चाहिए. सो दैट मंत्रा इज स्टिल होल्डिंग गुड. कल ही मेरी माय डॉटर गॉट हर फर्स्ट सैलरी एज फॉर लास्ट 4 months एज GR1 इन एनेस्थीसिया. तो मैं कहा सेव 50%, सेव 50%, एज सिंपल एज दैट. एंड invest wisely, invest wisely. Thank you, Dr. Anil. And
Yes, sir, it all started at ISACON Raipur when I was asked to speak on this, and then there were so many requests कि sir इसको बड़ा करो और take it to the colleges also, where like you can have 30 minutes or this. So I think many associations have teamed up, and I plan to, like, whatever I can do from my side to enlighten the young anesthetists to start early, that I will be doing, sir.
और आपको मालूम है हमारे तो वेटरन है डॉक्टर रजनीकांत गंजर.
यस सर, यस सर, यस सर. या वो मेरे आइडियल है सर.
He is an anesthesiologist and since
Yes, sir.
2018
Yeah,
financial
yes, sir.
advisor is doing it. But one rider from simply, I will say, from policy point of view, whatever today we have discussed is an advice.
Exactly, that's what I said in the first slide itself,
Please
sir.
read offer documents carefully before investing.
Yeah, this is only for financial awareness, and then this is not an investment advice. That
So सवारी अपने सामान की जिम्मेवार खुद है.
Yes, sir.
भैया जो पढ़ते जहां पैसा डालोगे उसको प्लीज पढ़ लेना. सलाह दे सकते हैं, ISSP सलाह दे सकती है, पर you have to read the, I repeat, offer documents carefully before investing.
Absolutely, sir.
But you should be smart and intelligent enough to spend 15 minutes or half an hour daily. If we exercise, we should do a wealth exercise also, so that
Yes.
it automatically multiplies. और जो ठीक है बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, बट अगर आपको फोटे नहीं है, लाइक आई अंडरस्टैंड आई कैन नॉट स्पेंड टू मच टाइम इन स्टॉक्स. ओके, इन्वेस्ट इन गोल्ड. बहुत अच्छी एडवाइस है डॉक्टर खन्ना की.
Yes, sir.
दिवाली पे धनतेरस के ऊपर लेते हैं तो बर्थडे पे भी लो, मैरिज एनिवर्सरी पे भी लो. वो स्टॉप यू फ्रॉम बाइंग अ गोल्ड कॉइन
Yes, sir.
on any single pure 24 karat gold, and आपका पता चलता है कि साल के अंदर you have saved 5 coins and then it multiplies. जब
Yes.
बच्चों की मैरिज होती है तो वही गिफ्ट. क्यों डॉक्टर खन्ना?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
अभी मुंह दिखाई है तो एक गोल्ड कॉइन दे दो,
बिल्कुल आसानी से
गोल्ड
हफ्ते
कॉइन दे
हफ्ते
दो.
हो जाता है.
है ना, कुछ
आस्ते
कुछ भी
आस्ते।
occasion हो तो you can always gift it back also. So have a second source of legal income, चाहे आप commercial property में ले रहे हो, agriculture land है तो that is also very good. See, बहुत छोटा सा बोल गए सर कि भाई उसका एक टैक्स फ्री है, एग्रीकल्चर इनकम इज टैक्स फ्री. सो इफ यू आर हैविंग एन एग्रीकल्चर लैंड और आपका वहां से पर एकड़ आपका एक रेवेन्यू आ रहा है विच इज प्योर वाइट एंड प्योर टैक्स फ्री. सो डाइवर्सिफाई योर सेल्फ एंड अनिल, डॉक्टर अनिल शर्मा को आज ही कह दो कि 3 से 6 महीने के बाद एक दोबारा क्लास लें कि भाई जो मैंने पिछली बार सिखाया था उससे क्या रिटर्न आया था, ठीक है ना, किस
नहीं, एग्रीकल्चर इनकम में मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि इफ यू कैन बाय एन एग्रीकल्चर इनकम क्लोज टू द सिटी बाउंड्रीज, इट इज वेरी रिवॉर्डिंग. कल को वो
मल्टीप्लाई हो
नगर निगम उसको शहर के अंदर ले जाएगा तो आपकी चांदी हो जाती है. वो
सिंपली इट बिकम्स. डॉक्टर अनिल शर्मा तो गुड़गांव में रहते हैं, अभी वो गुरुग्राम हो गया, पहले उसका नाम गुड़गांव था, गांव. तो उस जब डेवलप हुआ, एक मूवी बनी थी गुरुग्राम के ऊपर, 1 रुपए की चीज सीधा 1 लाख रुपए की हो गई थी. सो डॉक्टर खन्ना इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट. सो बट दैट रिक्वायर्स लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट.
Yeah.
कुछ चीजें लेके छोड़ देनी चाहिए. डॉक्टर अनिल, एक बात और, ये मैं जस्ट वैसे पूछना चाह रहा था,
सर
ये एक होते हैं कुछ एक्सपेंसेस लाइक व्हीकल्स,
यस
कि
सर
आपने ले ली इनोवा क्रिस्टा, फॉर्च्यूनर ले ली, 40, 45, 50 लाख लग गया, अब उसकी ओवर द इयर्स वो इट वैल्यूज ड्रॉप्स लाइक एनीथिंग.
यस सर.
उसमें भी कुछ स्मार्टनेस कर सकते हैं.
So the what the CA says is that, sir, ki you should go for loan on those, so that the loan interest and all that he can show off as liabilities basically, and adjust that against your income. So depreciation plus the loan interest and all that CA adjust, and he can do that. Because अभी recently बात हुआ था मेरा CA से कि मैं नया गाड़ी, सर भूल कर भी पूरा कैश नहीं देना है, whatever you want to do, because even the government is tracking what he says. What the CA said, that if you are having some loan going on, then in the income tax scrutiny and all that, what happens is that, oh, he is taking things on loan. So that means A, he has white income, and B, he is like clear in the books. So that is a double advantage of taking loan, wherein depreciation also kicks in, and you won't be under scrutiny of income tax per se, because if you are paying everything upfront in the cash, then even if from your bank account, then you will be under scrutiny. Oh, that means he has surplus, and then you can come under scrutiny. So what he says, that maximum 25% down payment, rest on loan. So the loan part and the interest along with the depreciation formula is there, that can be adjusted against your income, sir.
राइट.
डॉक्टर नवीन, जो आपने मेंशन किया ना फॉर्च्यूनर का, मैं उसका एक बहुत ही अच्छी बात बताता हूँ. 15 साल अगर आपके पास फॉर्च्यूनर रहती है, उसकी तबीयत नहीं खराब होती है,
Yes, sir.
उस पीरियड में आप 3 बार छोटी गाड़ी खरीद लोगे. तो मैंने फॉर्च्यूनर खरीदी 22 लाख की, आज वो 35 के भी ऊपर चली गई है. तबीयत खराब नहीं हुई, इस पीरियड में मैं 3 गाड़ियां खरीद लेता. 15 साल होने वाले हैं, तो आपने सेव ही किया बेसिकली फॉर्च्यूनर से.
नहीं एक्चुअली सर, थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस एनसीआर में डॉक्टर अनिल समझेंगे. अरे
Yeah.
यहाँ पे पॉल्यूशन के मॉडल्स का बड़ा चक्कर पड़ता है.
Any
आपके
one new day, some policy will come, and this will go. And बहुत लोगों ने अभी 10 साल की वजह से बेचना पड़ा डीजल का, and very next month they said 10 नहीं 15 हो गया. So those who sold, they they were like, oh my God, what
They
we have
had the
done.
music.
Yeah, that is the thing.
ऐसा वो रहता है.
Yes.
और एक और गोल्डन प्रिंसिपल, डॉक्टर अनिल, यूर लाइक यू आल्सो मेंशन दैट 6 months ऑफ योर सैलरी शुड बी इन एफडी and 3 months of your salary should be available in hard cash at home for any untoward
Yes,
emergencies.
sir.
What is
Even
your-
if you have to lend it to your family, close relative, or suppose somebody comes, suppose I come to you, sir, I want some cash. So it should be readily available, at least around 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs. So there is, just wanted to tell you, there is no limit on keeping cash in your home, as long as it is shown in your records, and as long as the source can be explained. So you can keep even 20 crore as cash in your this thing, as long as it is reflecting in your balance sheet. Many people are so afraid of keeping cash in the home. So nothing like that. So if it is reflecting in your books, and if the source is clear, then you can keep whatever amount you want to keep in the cash at
And
home.
finally, one small query. What about the bank lockers? Are they safe today or
No,
not?
No, so they have capped it, I think, to the, I'm not remembering the exact rules, but now they are not liable to pay the whole thing. And now you cannot even keep your gold and cash in the lockers. The government is becoming,
Maximum they will pay you is 5 lakhs.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Not more
good,
than
sir.
that.
Not more than that.
आपको
So
5 करोड़ का भी सोना होगा, लेकिन वो 5 लाख ही मिलने वाला है अगर कुछ होता है तो.
So, sir, the best thing is to have a locker of a good quality, say Godrej or this, at your home itself, because easily removable, and there are so many safety features coming. Even you get an alert on your phone also if somebody is trying to manipulate, and they are fireproof. So that is what I have advised to many of my friends, and they have turned into that. Instead of going to the bank and giving them the rent and charge, it's better to have it. Or another thing that has come up, many people are doing, is they take loan against that gold in the bank. Now, to keep that gold safe is the responsibility of the bank. And you can invest the loan amount against your gold into other investment funds. So that's what many people are doing. So if you take a loan on your gold from the bank, now it's the bank responsibility. You're not charged any locker rent. Nothing is going from your side, provided you have investment options for that loan. So they take loan against gold and then invest in the market.
Thank you, Anil, my dear friend. Uh, Naveen sir, thank you very much for your blessing and your little but very important queries. Uh, so, sir, now I request Professor Dr. Sanjay Khanna sir, our Honorable President, to say a few words of his blessings. Though he has raised very important questions pertinent to our discussion. So, sir, please
Yeah, I
convey
really,
a vote of thanks.
I'm not only thankful to Dr. Anil Sharma, I'm thankful to Dr. Anurag also, because he has chosen a gem for us, because we really needed financial clarity in our mind. And I'm impressed by his knowledge, his modesty also, and the clarity of the subject. That is very important. So I wish him that he should be more of clarity, so that he can give us more avenues and more tips, so that we can
Sure, sir.
save not only for ourselves, but for our children and for our future also. And we would be more thankful then, Dr. Anil Sharma, at the end of their life, when we would be comfortable, then also we'll be saying thank you, Dr. Anil Sharma, not only today, in the later part of our life also.
Thank you very much.
And I'm also thankful to Dr. Varshali also for spending so much time for us, because in family there is a very important role that the lady has to play. In spite of that, she has spent her valuable time with us. I'm thankful to you for that.
So,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir. Dr. Varshali, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I am really thankful to the ISSP office bearer and all. And yes, as mentioned, thanks to my family also. And yeah, wonderful insights by Dr. Anil Sharma. And thanks once again. Good
Thank
night to
you.
all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So just I want to share one thing that with Anil's permission, which I have taken already, that we are going to upload this webinar on our official YouTube channel as well for the later viewing, because I know that many of our friends could not, because of different reasons, who wanted to join couldn't. So it will be there for your viewership. And next webinar, as this actually insight was given by our President-elect sir in our very latest meeting 1 week back, that we will have this kind of webinars on every Friday, last Friday of a month, with different topics. And I can disclose that just now we have almost finalized, and we will share the surprise very soon, that use of very apt modern thing and the practical use of that thing, which many of us are scared, most of us are interested in, and that is AI. And we are going to have we have many things going on around us with the help of AI. Some are scary, some are useful, and but we are going to make it practical use of AI in our day-to-day life. So we are going to have the world-class global speaker for that, again from our own India, Bharat Varsh, because we are now in the leadership position in most of the sectors, including pain medicine, but not limited to. So with these, again, with the folded hands, I thank you, first of all, Dr. Anil Sharma, who has taken out his time for giving us so much of insight, which is going to be useful for, especially for our young doctors, irrespective of their practice and stream. And to our President, sir, Honorable President-elect, sir, Vice President, sir, and Nankar, sir, and all, especially all the young gen who took care to join this webinar. See you once again in episode 2 on 26th of June 2026 for another topic, another speaker. सबको शुभ रात्रि, सबको हमारा सलाम, सबको हमारा नमस्कार. और प्लीज रिमेंबर ISSP मंत्र, suffering from chronic pain, visit a pain physician. And to find a pain physician in your city, across the country, just visit www.issp-pain.org. That is our official website. There you can find a pain physician practice in your city. Even in Dantewada, even in Arunachal Pradesh, even at remotest of places, our members are practicing day in and day out, trying to help the different chronic pain patients. So good wishes. Namaskar from the headquarters.